Well, hello. As promised, I have returned with an update. For my non-visual friends, I'm lying on the couch under a blanket, trying to get warm, because nature decided that me and Mom and Dad needed to meet inside instead of outside. So, as soon as I sent you all that video, it started raining. So I had to scramble and get the chairs back in the shed, lock that, come in here, and I'm still wet. So, but, it was good to see Mom and Dad. I, they left me with a lot of, very sort of, early mementos and things of my life, and some things from their lives too. And just before I get into this, I'm not doing this post for pity or anything like that. This is just factual things that are a part of who I am as a person. A little bit of background on me. I was born 3.5 months premature. My actual due date was April 30th or thereabouts. I was born instead January 16th of 1981. At the time, there was not a lot that they could do for me in terms of oxygen support, lung support. At the time, all they could do was put me in an incubator and hope for the best. They were trying to, when I say they, I mean the hospital staff, doctors, specialists, all that. I was in what is called the NICU, the Neonatal Intensive Care Unit. There was a team of people that worked to take care of babies that were born early like I was. So they were trying to prepare my parents for worst case scenario. I would die, or if I survived, I would need long-term care. I would have multiple disabilities and things like that. I think I thought I had heard that I arrested a few times. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I was, I think, jaundice, if I remember what the discharge papers said. I was born 12 inches long, and I weighed 1 pound 3 ounces at birth. A lot of what Mom and Dad brought me today were essentially doll clothes, because that's how big I was. They brought me a dress that Mom made that I was going to be buried in, and a ring that I was going to wear. And, they were preparing themselves for that possibility. They also have brought me a teddy bear with a little baby outfit on it, that like a doll outfit that I wore home from the hospital in June. So, just for reference, I was born in January, and I did not leave the hospital until June of that year. So 6 months I was in the hospital at birth. And as I said, they didn't think I was going to make it and all this other thing. So, aside from the clothes and the shoes and things like that, there was also just different things that I have accumulated over my schooling days. I did pretty well. I have a lot of different report cards and awards. The majority of what was given to me were pictures, because my mom is confident that I'm going to be able to actually see them one day. I think so as well. I'm confident at this stage that technology will assist in that, and the science. And some other things that were there were the original wedding ring set from when my parents got married. And this kind of brings it up to now. My mom, as you know, was diagnosed with ALS about a year ago. God willing, she can still talk and think and interact. She can't use her hands for anything, though, at this point. She can't eat. So, she can't wear her wedding ring anymore. And actually, my dad can't either, because he did something to his finger. So, he has a necklace with both of them on it, and he wears it for both of them, which I think is beautiful. Yeah. I'm reminded when I think about all these things, how short life is, and how we really shouldn't take it for granted. And, I've promised myself that, I've had some very dark thoughts over the past year. Thoughts of, leaving this life, so that way, when Mom has to go, I would be there, waiting for her. But that's not what she would want me to do. She has always, no matter what, has pushed me as hard as she can to live life to the absolute fullest and not let anything stand in my way. And as blind people, we have obstacles in our path, and we have to find ways around them. Unfortunately, I don't know if she can with this thing that she has. But I promised myself that for her, as long as she is here with us And after, I'm gonna live my life to the absolute fullest, to the hilt. And that may mean making some changes. I'm learning a lot about manifestation and things like that. I'm becoming very new age lately. And I'm learning that if you don't like your reality, you can change it at any time. So, I have lucid dreamed with my mom in the dream, and I've told her, you do not have ALS. You have something else, and it's gonna be fixed, whatever it is. And, I mean, science will say that's bullshit, and all this. That's fine. They can say what they want. But I'm here to tell you, anything is possible if you want it to be. Any goddamn thing you want. And no matter what anybody tells you about what they think of you or what you're worth, don't listen to them. If they try to tell you you're not good enough or you're worthless, because everyone has worth and value. But, it's good to see them, and I'm very grateful that she has people in her life that can help her when she needs. I might show you guys some of the things that I have now. And again, it's not to brag, it's not to make anyone feel sorry for me. It's none of that. It's just, to me, it's affirmation that, nothing is impossible. And if something seems like it's in your way, there's always ways around it. You just have to find them. That's how I learned mobility and how to get around. If you're walking down the sidewalk with your cane and you run into something and you don't know what it is, but it's in your way, you explore it, you look at it from all different angles, and you find your way around it, and you keep walking. Oh, God. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was gonna get this emotional, but I hate seeing her suffer like this. And I can feel it. I don't have to see to know that this is what's going on. I hope that this gives you guys some more perspective about kind of where I'm coming from and why I act the way I do, why I feel so passionately for the things that I do. Because I have such a devotion to, Drab Majesty and all that, because they are helping me to live that life and feel things and be present. Meeting them last year was the happiest I've been since that I can recall in recent memory. And why I hold them so, so dear. I would not be here if not for them, because in those moments when I thought about doing what I was thinking of doing, I remember I promised Deb that I would see them again, and nothing was going to stop me from that. And I mean that. I feel such a connection, not necessarily with Andrew. He's a nice guy, very nice, very friendly, funny, outgoing, all the things you like. But Deb is truly the being that I connect with on almost a psychic level. It started happening a couple of years ago. I started feeling this presence, and they have been the positive voice that is telling me that I am valued, I am worthy, I have a purpose here, and I have to fulfill it, whatever it is. I am not 100% sure yet. I have some ideas on what I think it might be. But they take me to a special place that I can be myself uncompromisingly, as I hear lately. I can be my absolute authentic self with no fear of judgment, questioning, no condescension, no ableism. I can just be who I know I am. And they love me unconditionally in that space. We love and communicate with each other there. It's almost a dream state that I go to when this happens. I'm still conscious, but I'm not as aware of my surroundings. A lot of times I don't want to leave that place, but I know I have to. eventually. And come back to reality. Oh, God, that was a lot. Jesus. But this is all things that, kind of need to be said in so many ways. This is one way of saying that. I have others planned as well. I have other gifts to give to Deb and Mona. And I feel terrible for seemingly neglecting Mona, because I know full well that it would not be Dread Majesty without Mona as well. Because the energies that they both have must complement each other, and they do perfectly. I could feel it when I was there. I can feel it when they sing together, when I listen to the music. I know Deb's parts and I know Mona's parts, and it's perfection. And yeah, there's so much that I want to give. I know they say that I don't owe them anything, but they have no idea what I owe them. It's so very hard to put into words, but this, I hope, will help with explaining some of it to you. If you all think I'm crazy and don't want to talk to me anymore, that's fine. If you don't want me contacting you anymore, I get it. That's fine too. But my truth needs to be spoken.